Hello everyone, this is Daryl Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. Today we have two special guests. You have David Calhoun, who's the CEO of Boeing. You also have Patrick Shanahan, who is a former Deputy Secretary of Defense on the Trump administration. His background, well, let me read it to you. We have it here. It's going to be very brief. Mr. Shanahan joined Boeing in 1986, spent over 3 decades with the company. He previously worked as a senior vice president of commercial airplane programs, managing profit and loss for the 737, 747, 767, 777, 787 programs, and the operations at Boeing's principal manufacturing sites as vice president and general manager of the 787 Dreamliner. Now, mind you this, he was there in 1986, all right? And he was handling the profit loss of the 737, 747, 767, 777, and 787. This video today is because he is the CEO of Spirit Aerosystems now, took over from Tom Gentile. Spirit Aerosystems illustrates their INTERTEK AS9100 certification by underwriters. ANSI-ANAB fails, and as we can see, it's failing again. You had people on the floor complaining about product quality, and management didn't listen, so Tom Gentile was scooted out there, and they put him in there because they figured that he could probably handle the hot fire in the kitchen. But I'm going to get back to it. While he was there, Mr. Shanahan, while he was there in 1986 working those programs, remember this, managing profit and loss. Here goes a procurement notification from 2002, which that means that 2002, okay, which is a little bit after him. He's still on board there. He's been on board for a while, it looks like. And this is what the procurement specification says. Basically, if you're AS9100 certified, that means you can just send us your parts and we don't have to send any inspection. Remember Patrick Shanahan, managing profit and loss. If you send inspectors into these facilities that supply materials to Boeing, it's not profitable, it's a loss. Maybe he was part of this. This was in 2002. He was on board there since 1986. It states, on-site Boeing survey, which means on-site Boeing audit of suppliers' quality system if need be. Our preference is to deal with proven suppliers with excellent quality performance and not have to do on-site quality system surveys. Isn't that nice? And to compound matters, my fellow citizens, is that in 2009, basically the FAA certified employees that worked at Boeing as if they were FAA employees. So another cost-cutting initiative. Could this have been Patrick Shanahan's doing? I don't know. He was managing profit and loss on every one of the different aircraft programs that Boeing was manufacturing. It could be. And now he sits on as a CEO of Spirit Aerosystems. And I will show you right now how INTERTEK has failed them, how Boeing has failed. Boeing sits on ANSI's board, right over by ANAB, who they specify on their supplier portal. Must be ANSI, ANAB, or internationally equivalent. And you find out that the internationally equivalent, you cannot make this up, are Iran and Pakistan. Why? Very easily. If you look closer and dig deeper, you will find that during the time of 2015 to 21, the IAF was handed over to a communist Chinese national, Zhao Jinwu. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but here is the actual picture from Randy Doherty at the time of him handing the leadership over to Zhao Jinwu, who, by the way, was involved with our quality since 1994, a communist Chinese national. Randy at the time was the vice president of ANAB, the American National Crediting Board, and also the chairman and principal on the 990 tax report. He had complete command and control of the IAF incorporated in Delaware, while this guy was the chief executive also of the China National Accreditation Services that certified that laboratory in Wuhan, China. We're not going to tell you the whole story. You've already heard it 1,000 times. You have them sitting right over by Iran and Pakistan on the IAF, an American-based company, and these two countries admitted to harboring the terrorists, some of the terrorists of 9/11. And I'm not talking about the people in those countries, I'm talking about the politicians. So we have the factor that you have a certification that, okay, you have INTERTEK, and I'm going to show you this right now, ladies and gentlemen. Here are 7 different registrars that sit on ANSI-ANAB's board. You have, going from this side, DQS. You have DQS, INTERTEK, NQA, NSF, TUV Ryland, TUV SUD, BSI registrars. And I will tell you right now, they are sitting by the accreditation body that they utilize, ANAB. Is there impartial oversight? Absolutely not. It's failed. You see it failing at Boeing all the time by specifying on their supplier portal must be ANSI-ANAB or internationally equivalent, which you discover is Iran and Pakistan. You can't make this up. It is absolutely deplorable. The only way to solve this is to have an outside concern. I am donating my, not donating, but I will give you my services. And Mr. Calhoun, I guarantee, without a shadow of a doubt, within the first 3 to 6 months, we shall reduce the amount of escapes, by the way, if you don't know that, are quality issues, from Boeing's facility, from even Spirit Aerosystems facility. We can do that, okay? And if you keep down the path of ANSI-ANAB and the collusive effect of having not only your registration company, INTERTEK, on board, but you also have, sitting by Boeing on ANSI's board, are the FAA, who succeeded inspection to them in 2009, basically telling them we're self-certifying you, Boeing employees, you're now, we wave the holy water over you, you're now FAA employees. And also the factor that send us your AS9100 certification, Boeing, and we'll take your, our suppliers, we'll take your parts in, no problem. We don't need to send any more auditors to you. On top of it, the Department of Transportation, who is looking into the door flying off the 737, here they are. They're sitting right over by Boeing. You also have the Department of Defense. So I'm going to leave it here, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've done enough damage, because it is damage. But I will guarantee that there will be a catastrophe. I've been saying that for years. And many of you will say, well, the safety record is so good. Well, with pieces of the plane falling off, it's a matter of time before, and you say when you're going down, we're fucked. That means the quality of the aircraft is not good. 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS @yahoo.com.